Do I need to if I need to introduce Ken Cuccinelli with you, you are in the wrong place. Next governor of the Commonwealth.
Yeah!
If I could start, locally, you all may not realize it, but one of those FBI agents that passed recently from Stafford. Yes. Sean. And then, of course, in Oklahoma, we've had a tragedy out there, and we're all feeling that as we watch them try to just discover how extensive it is. So if we could just take a moment of silence here at the outset, and each of you pray in your own way, I would really appreciate it. Thank you all very much. And now I'll speak a little bit louder, if that probably helps. Thank you all for coming out today. This is the grand finale. You all are the grand finale of the tour around the state that we've taken since the convention on Saturday. It was a long convention, but it was a big one. We had 1,000 more people there this year than we had 4 years ago, and that speaks to me about how we're growing this party, and we need to keep doing it. If we're going to win, we've got to grow to do it, and that means inviting more and more folks in to this team. And what we bring to offer to them is opportunity. Opportunity for a government to get out of their way rather than tell them what to do in the economy. A focus on creating jobs in the private sector, not the government telling them where those jobs are going to be and who the winners and losers are going to be. My opponent's done a good bit of that, and he doesn't have a great track record of picking winners. And it's costing people in Mississippi a good bit of money, too. But that isn't how we envision the economy growing in Virginia. That's why we started with our first policy rollout reining in the government, bringing those tax rates down, paying for them by getting rid of loopholes and exemptions that special interests have managed to carve out for themselves over the years, and lowering the rate of growth in our government. Is that too much to ask of government? I don't think that it is. No. But it also starts with policy one, job creation. You all know right here, that Northern Virginia, straight north of us in particular, seen a lot of federal dollars over the years, and the sequester has really shaken people up a good bit. It's the first real breakdown's not the right word, slowdown in federal dollars rolling into our economy. And that government is too big already. We know it can't keep growing the way it has over the years. You've got to balance your books eventually. We do it every year in Virginia. They're just starting to reckon with the idea in Washington. But that's going to affect our economy. And it isn't enough to make Virginia the best place to do business. For a lot of these contractors who got a lot of business with the federal government, we need to make Virginia foolish to leave. We want them to not have any better options around America than right here in Virginia. We want them to stay and grow right here. Yes. And we want to make it so good others from other parts of the country and around the world will want to come here to do business, to grow their business, to start their business, and to let the small businesses keep a little bit more of what they're earning in those pass-through taxes, as well as middle-class families. Yeah. That's where we started this campaign with the first policy we rolled out. And the second one was last week. It was energy. Well, energy has a little something to do with whether or not we increase employment in Virginia or not. And again, that's a major focus for us. Our opponent hasn't rolled out any detailed plans, and there's probably a reason for that. One of the areas that I got an advantage on him is I know Virginia, and he doesn't know Virginia. I've been a state senator for years. I was Mark's seatmate in the Senate for 6 years. He tolerated that pretty well. And I've been the Attorney General for over 3 years, the lawyer for every board, commission, and agency in the state government. That's an awful lot of learning opportunity that I've had over the last 10 years. I'm proud of the record I've established in those two offices. I stand on it, and part of what I'll be judged on in this governor's race is how the people of Virginia think I've done. And as AG, I mean, you all know some of it, being the first Attorney General to sue over the health care bill, fighting the EPA when they overstep the boundaries of the law. Yes. We got to have balance with the environment. We want to protect the environment, but we got to have economic opportunity as well. And more important than even that is that our own government obey the law.
Yes.
Our own government obey the law. Our Gobin chain will continue the tradition of making sure that Virginia, as a state, does what the founders expected it to do, and that is check an overreaching federal government. I stand on that record myself. Governor McDonnell, in that last EPA case that I beat the EPA in with Fairfax County, we couldn't have gone forward with that case if the governor didn't agree. Because that agency that was my client works for the governor. You got to have a governor and an attorney general if you want to push back on Washington. And I'm looking forward to continuing that tradition while pushing out economic opportunity across Virginia. If we're going to do this, it's got to be we. I've been out spending 4 elections. And there's one thing and only one thing that Terry McAuliffe is better suited to do than me, and that's raise money. Man, is he good at it. Man, is he good at it. It makes for an interesting donor list, but he's good at it. And that's, you know, we've got to compete with that. Well, in my 4 previous elections, I've been outspent. And I've won them because people like you all, committed to a core set of principles, came out and took our message to one voter at a time, changing one heart and one mind at a time for real. And connecting these first principles we talk about to real-world policies that affect their life. That's where the rubber meets the road, and we need your help to do that. If you all help us like folks have helped me in the last 4 races, I know we can win this race. I know we can win this race. And who knows, maybe in 2013 we'll bring out another broom and get another sweep. So thank you all very much. God bless you.